Hello everyone, it's Wednesday, so that means we're streaming. I'm Money Black Mage, and today we're playing more Spiritfarer. By the way, quick question. I know somebody pointed out recently that, for some strange reason, the volume is always very low on the stream compared to normal, even the VODs. And I have to ask, is that true universally? Is it just really, really that low? I have to wonder. Because it shouldn't be. Either way, it's something I have to test around with, so. We left off at a good spot last time. Which is, we just got the fog light, so now we can actually go around and encounter new islands, explore new areas. As soon as we can get started. It's been a busy week. Put up a guide that was like an hour long. Hey Jax, how's it going? I have 2 more videos in the wings. A third one that's going to get ready for the next recap. I, of course, have been working on Persona 2. I have to say, Anix, welcome to the chat. That's not a name I recognize. Thanks for dropping in. How are you? And then, of course, posting the Bravely Default guide this week, which I really enjoyed. It's been a while. It's actually been 5 years since Bravely 2nd, where I actually put out a video game metagame. And I have to remember that, it's funny. I looked at my pinned comment from that video, and it said, hey guys, you know, I guess I'll start working on another recapitation. It's only been 5 months since the last one. And I'm like, oh man, those were the kind of good old days. They weren't really that good. But my posting schedule is kind of the same, where it's like, I post what I want when I want. I'm much faster these days, obviously, than when I used to be, where it used to be 3 to 5 months between recaps. I don't know if anybody here still remembers those days, or if they were around for those days. Hey Sam, hey June, how are you? I guess I'll sing to my tree. Oh, wonderful start. The thing I love the most is that I love making those sort of analysis, number crunching videos. I really do. But man, they take me so long to make. After I was done playing Bravely Default 2, just doing all of the combinations and testing and retesting to make sure for consistency and trying all sorts of crazy combinations with every single class, that was an extra 40 hours on top of the gameplay time. And I just don't have it in me to put that sort of effort into pretty much anything else consistently. And so that's why it's a big ask to ask for any sort of like guides. That's why I don't do it that often. I love making them. They're easy to edit because I just use B-roll. And I'm sure a lot of people are helped by that data collection, but man, it is a big ask to make videos like that. I reminded myself both why I like and don't like making those sort of videos. But for Bravely, you just kind of had to do it. It's like, you did the previous 2, kind of makes sense to do the last one. I didn't do it for Batman, the last 2 Batmans, because it's okay to do one for 100, even 250 collectibles. But when it was 1,000 collectibles, I'm like, I do not care about it that much. I am not going to be making a guide for that. And that was super early days of the channel, back when I wasn't even doing recapitation. But the other reason why I love doing guides like that is because I love the conversations that come from it. I love seeing people talk about what they did, combinations they tried, questions they bring up, and there have been a lot of good questions that have been contributing to the conversation. Such as, I love this one comment where somebody was like, hey, does Mimic work with Beastmaster off the chain? I'm like, that's a good question. I hadn't even thought about trying that. Or somebody else where it's like, hey, what exactly are all of the buffs and debuffs that Purebringer eliminates? I'm like, I didn't test all of them. In hindsight, that probably would have been a good thing to bring up, is like, here are the buffs that are not affected by Purebringer. The only one I thought of bringing up was the temporary HP, but as far as I can tell, pretty much every single other buff that comes up is eliminated by Purebringer, but, you know. Anyway, we have the Fog Light. Oh wait, do we have somebody with Everdor? Oh, that's right, Astrid's ready to go. But no, we're gonna have the dinner first. We never found Hummingbird, though. Alright, so first things first, we're gonna go explore these islands. First things first is Crow's End. Annex, you like my old Danganronpa videos? Thank you so much for watching those. I'm so thrilled that it's been years and people still find those useful. Especially since it's not like they're making new Danganronpa games. As you can see, I adjusted everything, where most of the facilities I use are on the bottom and most of the housing's on the top. It's a little bit more organized than before. Alright, so we need pine, but we also need clear glass sheet. Alright. Hey Darko, how are you today? So yeah, I hope people enjoyed that. I know a lot of people are still waiting for the next recap. Don't worry. I can always tell when... I mean, if I was looking at this channel, I start seeing like, man, all of a sudden he's posting all sorts of different videos, this, that, or the other. Just understand that I always, as I always have, post what I want when I want. Creating smaller form vids in between the really long recaps is something that hopefully helps pass the time for you. It's not something that's just, oh, I'm doing this instead of recaps, I'm working on recaps, but this is something I've posted in the meanwhile. Like I said, it used to be you had to wait so long between times to get a video. So to me, this is just adding a little bit more quality content for the stuff I still want to make. I'm not just shilling out stuff that hopefully everyone can enjoy. Alright, so now we're going through the fog. And here's the new area. This looks like we might be getting some pine tree here. What is on this island? The Shadow Forest. Why do I get the feeling that we need to have that illumination ability? Yeah, hopefully people enjoy that. I should be putting the review up tomorrow. So that's something else. This is interesting. Oh, cool. Okay. Okay. Hey Griffin, how are you? What a strange forest. Alright, now how do I get up here, though? Please be enough. Oh, come on. Okay. That was even worse than last time. Okay. Oh, geez. You got sunburnt? That's rough. Man, how am I just doing worse on that? Actually, let's just keep staying here and see how high we can get. Yeah, because we can get pretty high. That should be enough. That's gotta be enough. There we go. Oh, it's our final companion! I was wondering who the final companion was gonna be. That's a lot of lettuce. Looks like a green greyhound. The dog whisperer. Sweet. Well, now we finally have the full crew. Jeez, are we this close to the end already? I see you. Oh, onions. I think that's the last thing we were waiting on. Okay, it's gotta be treasure, right? Yeah, there's a thing over there. Nice. That's not gonna be enough. How do we get up there? Oh hey, it's one of those electrical terminals. I wonder if the other one on bottom line is related to this. I mean, they are animals, though. But your wife leaves you? It's like, okay, okay. Yeah, we definitely need, like, the lightning ability or something like that. Ooh, is that gold? I think that's gold. I hope it's gold. Yep, gold. Bingo. Sweet. Hey Jay, how's it going? So now we have a lot of stuff. We have a new companion, we have a new vegetable, and we have a new ore. We still need ash, or not ash, but pine wood though. And you would think I'd be able to chop down any of these trees, but it's not the case. If I were to go all the way down here, what would I see? Interesting. I wonder why they would do those here. I'm just expecting to find a treasure chest somewhere underneath here. Yep, like there. Gosh darn it. Okay. Yeah. I figured. I like the reflections of the light against the wall. It's a nice touch. There are a lot of small details to add to the environment ambiance here. I like it. One of the things I don't like seeing in games or guides that, oh, what's up? How do I get back up? Oh geez, how do I get back up? Alright, I guess we leave. Is I never like seeing an emphasis on guides or tips or anything like that to tell people what to think. I never like that. I never like it when it's just presumptive sort of, I think you're too dumb to understand how this game works, so I'm either going to give very shallowly useless information, or I'm just going to tell you exactly what to think because I don't think you can do it for yourself. And there are some people that would prefer to see things think for themselves, but some people that don't. You got a name, Dog Sensei? Doesn't like hugs, I wonder. I don't believe you. Ooh, dashing. You're right, I don't have the ability to dash, that's for sure. This guy eats very frequently. He likes comfort food, so I'm just gonna give him a bunch of comfort food. Alright. Where else can we go? Now that we have this open. Oh, I mean, we have this new island here. But we also have this over here. Ah. Alright. Was he eating out of a pizza box? Where did I put my... There it is. I know we need clear glass sheets. Perfect, we got plenty. Average viewer, are you going to use your ability to dash responsibly, or will you abuse it by dash dancing in front of everyone? I'm going to try to wave dash, so that way I can become part of the new Smash Brothers meta. By the way, news this week. If the rumors are true, then, as predicted, the PlayStation 3, PSP, and PS Vita stores will be closed digitally. It's unclear if that's either confirmed, because knowing Sony and PlayStation, they like to just surprise you with these things, so that way you don't have a time to react. What's unfortunate, to me at least, is not the loss of all these, because some people are getting this FOMO about it, which to me is the bad reaction. If that's true, then you don't want to get FOMO, start buying up all these digital things, because that's the whole point of digital, is that you don't ever own it. So the closure of these shops is not just a possibility, it's an inevitability. That's why I always tell people you always want to get physical whenever you can. Now, does physical media last forever? Of course not. Nothing lasts forever. But it lasts a hell of a lot longer than digital licenses. Especially since at the end of the day, you actually own a physical object. You never own a digital license. That is always the case. That reminds me, what else did we not get on here? I know we needed onions. Sorry, we need onions for these last two, because this is, onion rings. Let's cook some plain rice. That way we can hold Astrid over a little bit. See? We just fed this guy, and he's still complaining about food. Good lord, this guy's a bottomless pit. Alright. So we have that. We need pine. And I think we have everything else we need. God, let's just build the bounce house just because we can. Look how close everything is. It's so nice. We should also make noodle soup, because I think that's our favorite meal is noodle soup, right? What was noodle soup again? Just rice flour. Okay. I want to actually use up all my meals, so that way I don't have a million things. I could just have the things of the people that I just need immediately. That reminds me, we're in a new area. We should be fishing and seeing what's new in the area. Money's always good. I almost forgot to say happy Wednesday to everyone. Hopefully everyone's having an okay week so far. Hopefully you're just looking for a chance to just relax. Kobia. That is new. But yeah, speaking back on the Sony thing, is that I looked at the titles that they had digitally, at least in the US store, and most of them are titles I already owned. However, a lot of them are PS1 or PS2 games that admittedly would be easier to record off of a PlayStation 3 than reconnecting their old hardware or things like that. It's times like this that I do support, I always support emulation, as long as you own the original thing. I do not support emulation by means of piracy. Piracy to me is always wrong. There's never a justified reason for why you feel you should take something without paying for it. Now, you can always use the excuse, well, I can't afford this thing, or it's hard to find, or it's very expensive. Be that as it may, that still doesn't justify stealing something. Just because at the end of the day, you're just trying to rationalize why you're being selfish. all these things where it's like, oh, I don't have access to this console, or I can just download it for free on my PC, or I can just, you know, steal from something. I'm like, okay, well, by that justification, why bother paying for clothes? Just steal it from the store. Why bother paying for food? Just steal it from a restaurant. Just eat and go. It's like, you see, it's like just taking something because you don't feel obligated to pay for it, or you lack the ability to pay for it, is not right. Doesn't matter what it is. You're stealing. Doesn't matter what you're trying to do, you're stealing. You're stealing something that you could get. Now, when these games, especially the ones that are digitally exclusive, are gone, I'm okay with emulating them because it's no longer piracy, because you can't steal what doesn't exist. Because there is no means to acquire it normally. There is no means of buying it. It's not piracy at that point. However, that's for those select games. That's why it's important to not just wrap everything up in a big contextualized thing. It's like, oh, I thought you said downloading games was not good. No, that's not what I said. I say trying to legally download stuff on something you could buy right now. That's wrong. Emulation isn't wrong. Piracy is wrong. There's a difference. Do not try to conflate or confuse the two. Now, what is going away is the convenience of this. So it would be more. What happened to all my sheep? Did somebody shear my sheep? Somebody must have sheared my sheep because all these sheep were ready to be sheared. Ah, thanks for the toffee. Does he like candy? That's where I stand on those issues. All these people were like, don't pay for new games, just steal and pirate them first. Yeah, F all you guys. I will never agree with you on that stance. Anybody who just feels okay just stealing something and just remorselessly do that because they just don't feel like, oh, if I can get away with it, why not do it? Yeah, and then you want to complain about problems. For the the rose gold sheet and electrum. That saves me a good bit of gold. Oh no, it may not be right, but that's the way it is. Nope. There are those that just do not care about the being right, and there will always be ill-gotten gains. Now that is true, but that doesn't mean, like that first part, like the second part of what you said, I agree with. However, this first part, I'm not gonna simply just shrug my shoulders and just be like, that's the way it is. No, that is not the way it is. People make choices, and those choices have consequences. Just because somebody made a choice doesn't mean you have to condone it and just be like, well, that's the way it is. They stole something, nothing we can do. That is not true. We can still continue to perpetuate the message and reinforce the values of why, hey, stealing is wrong. And if you don't think stealing is wrong, that means you have perpetually been the victimizer and not the victim itself. Because, let me tell you something. Anybody who says that, like, oh, stealing is perfectly okay, you clearly have not been robbed. Let somebody take something from you. Go ahead and be taken advantage of, and then see how much you enjoy it. Because then, at that point, I guess if somebody comes around and takes advantage of you and you complain about it, I'll be like, well, I guess that's the way it is. Shrug. There's nothing you can do about it in this world. I guess there's just ill-gotten gains. And I'm going to look at you and not help you. Does that sound mean? Absolutely. Is that the choice and consequences of the decision you made and the attitude you chose to have? Yep. That's exactly how it goes. It's kind of like how when people try to hide behind, I'm entitled to my own opinion, or I have freedom of speech, just to try to say whatever they want. I'm like, you do have the ability to say whatever you want. No one's doubting that. However, if you think that means you are beyond reproach or nobody can shoot down your dumb opinion, you are also mistaken. Because guess what? That applies to everyone else. It's just an attitude of selfishness. Don't twist my words, I do not offer justification. Well, you also didn't offer context either, Oknola. Don't be offended. Because it's very difficult in chat. That's why I always tell people, chat, comments, forums, it's difficult to add context to things. If you're not adding context to things, then you are subjecting yourself to multiple interpretations. So that is neither your fault or my fault, that's just a communication issue. You merely state truth. I mean, that's one perspective about it. Doesn't matter how you feel about you can't defeat criminal activity. Well, I mean, yes and no. Because here's the thing. You could defeat criminal activity by making everything legal. Let's just go ahead and throw a thought experiment out there. This is not a realistic thing as a thought experiment. So if nothing's illegal, then nothing's criminal. Therefore, you defeated criminal activity. I mean, that's just a simple philosophical thing right there. Whatever that was, I want to catch it. Because it was tough. Hey, Ogre. Hey, Mega. How's it going? And in the same aspect, the acknowledgement of things being rough in the world and the choice to do something about it also individually lies with people. Because just like there's a person who will just shrug their shoulders and say, hey, that's just how it is, or somebody who feels like they rather just ignore it or not heal about it, or somebody who wants to do something about it, or someone who wants to at least say something about it. All those types of people exist in the world. The world's a big place. It takes all kinds of people. Variety is important. Ooh, an anchovy. Why was that so hard to wrangle in? I'm hoping the Shadow Forest has pine trees we can cut down. I think that's the last crafting ingredient that we need. What would be your Final Fantasy VI equivalent for Dragon Quest? That's a tough question to ask because I haven't played most of the Dragon Quest games, so I really don't have... Oh, here we go. I really don't have, a relatable thing for that. And could you specify? What do you mean your Final Fantasy VI equivalent? Alright, cat, come on. There you go. Yeah, to me, the only horse I have in the race of the Sony discontinuing older shops is just that it'll be less convenient for me to get some recaps out there, because sometimes if there was like a PS2 or PSP thing, it is very hard, especially since there's not really a way to easily record off of a PSP to do recording off of that. However, it's very easy to record off a PS3 playing a PSP game, so to me it's just, oof, getting off that is rough. Oh, 6 in the context of being my favorite Final Fantasy, yes, that is true. I'm gonna let you eat these salads. So, it really, what you're asking is, what's my favorite Dragon Quest? I don't have a favorite Dragon Quest. I've only played a few of them. I've started a few and also haven't finished a few too. I'm hoping that when I eventually start recapping them, that'll be my opportunity to really give better evaluation on those games. Is this really the entirety of the Shadow Forest? I kind of doubt it. Hey Alessandra, how's it going? Emulators. So yeah, I have used emulators for the titles I do own. Whenever I recap something, again, because I stick to my values, I'm not just saying stuff and acting another way, I will obtain an actual copy of whatever game I'm recapping, and if necessary, I will just go ahead and emulate it too. Oh, that really is it. Because that way, I can 100% justify that it's like, hey, I am supporting the actual product, I legally own this, I'm just choosing to emulate it on another platform, which is allowed. I mean, with emulation you can do that as long as you own the actual thing. Like I said, you have to walk that fine line between what's emulation and what's just simple piracy. Oh, Sandra, everyone always goes crazy for Final Fantasy VII. A lot of people do, but a lot of people also don't. You don't have to feel like you're left out if you like other RPGs or Final Fantasies. Like, there are 30 Final Fantasy games. Like, it's okay if you don't like one, or you like one more than another. It's perfectly okay. Seven isn't even the most popular one these days. A lot of people who perpetuate that are people who are talking, you know, with rose-colored glasses about the big impact that 7 made over 20 years ago. That's so irrelevant these days. These days, the most popular Final Fantasy is easily 14. It's not even close. Alright. I feel like I want to sail into this open abyss. Oh, I have pine wood. I should cut some. Oh, this is a rough one. However, because they listen and because at the time, oversaturation helped perpetuate the culture and the world, because 7 was given a lot of graces. Oh wait, hold on, we're on an island. You also have to remember that that Yoshinori Kitase, the guy who directed Final Fantasy VII, when he became the director of sales at Square Enix, it's awfully suspicious and convenient how all of a sudden many products, initiatives, and projects became around Final Fantasy VII. Man, it's almost like this guy was helped perpetuating his own legacy. Either way, hold on, I want to be here. I want to stay here. He was in a position to basically help promote his baby, and so he absolutely did. I don't blame him for it, but that's part of the reason why you see so much FF7 stuff, and so it kind of plays on people's cultural expectations and social thinking where, well, they must be promoting a lot because it's popular, and it must be popular because they're promoting it a lot. That sort of circular logic that is just a fallacy, whether or not people like it or not. It's less about that and more about this guy wants to make as much money milking his own personal franchise and have a legacy that outlives him. It might be cynical, but at the end of the day, like we were talking about earlier, most people are just going to be driven by their own self-interests. And that's not a bad thing. It's about the impact that it leaves. Because for some people, working in their own self-interest also helps a lot of people. For other people, working in their own self-interest is just an excuse for them to be a dick. But if you ever wonder why we get so much FF7 love and not a lot of other love, it's because the guy who was in charge of FF7 is one of the CEOs. So, of course he's going to have favoritism. And it's funny because you can self-justify as saying, look, all the sales from the Final Fantasy VII games we have are clearly making money, so it just makes sense to keep perpetuating it. Yeah, well, you also are hamstringing every other game, so you're kind of inflating those numbers. No, don't look at that, don't look at that. Just look at the good news and the money we're bringing in. Later, it also creates the what we've already seen with Final Fantasy VII Remake. It creates that split fan base because you can only milk the old crowd and nostalgia so long before you realize, oh crap, I have to start making something that caters to a new crowd. And thus, that's why we have Final Fantasy VII Remake. Anybody who went into Final Fantasy VII Remake expecting a one-to-one, oh boy, you completely misunderstood that this game was anything about you. This game is not about you. This game was never made for you. This game was for cultivating a brand new fan base for the purpose of perpetuating the legacy of a game this guy made to make it relevant again. In other words, it's the reboot stuff you see for movies, shows, toys, cartoons, where somebody who really loves something wants to keep it relevant, so they just update it for the new audience so that way they can grow up with it, and it's the only thing they know. Final Fantasies 1 through 6, 8, 9, 10, who cares about that? It's only 7. You will only grow up on 7. You will only know 7. 7 will be, in his words, a cross-generational game. He said that. I didn't say that. He said he wants to make it a cross-generational game. But you shouldn't hold that against 7 at the same time. It's not 7's fault that its creator is in a position of power and wants to just shove his game down our throats to the point where we don't eat anything else except Final Fantasy VII flavored Final Fantasy games. So, if you're ever wondering why we're in that position, of course it's political, of course it's personal, of course it's one guy's motive. But that shouldn't, you know, you should still just enjoy the game for as it is, because it's perfectly fine. Here's some rice. Here's a hug. And so what you get, especially if you have the fan base behind it, you can get away with a lot. Because a lot of people like to use the might is right rule, where it's like, oh, if things are popular enough, then they can't do anything wrong. That's mob mentality. That's what dumb people say. Anybody who believes might makes right, you're a dumb person. Now, that doesn't make you wrong, because in many cases, might does make right. You're not wrong, but you are dumb. I'm just gonna make a bunch of these. I also love people that try to throw numbers out there as if numbers ever tell the whole story. It's like, oh boy, you must not know how statistics work. On the flip side, which is the good news, as a game, I think Final Fantasy VII Remake was fantastic. That was my goatee of 2020. As an overall experience, were there games that did visuals better? Yes. Were there games that did story writing better? Absolutely. Were there games that did combat better? Not many, but yeah. Well, actually, not that many. They did combat pretty darn well. It may not attract everyone, but who cares? Is the music really good? Absolutely. I love that part. Is the art design fantastic? Very much so. Are the graphics good? Yes, but also many times no. But it is absolutely better than most. So, it's like, hey, you're getting a good game out of it. Does it suck that the dude's just trying to shove his own special sauce on everything? Yes. But yeah. It's like when Square Enix basically ignores so many of its properties, except for recently with a checking interest. It feeds into that. Because even Square Enix is realizing, oh wait, we can't just survive on just Kingdom Hearts, Dragon Quest, and Final Fantasy. We actually have to use our other properties, darn. And so what they're doing is they are releasing older collections to check interest. Is like, okay, how much of this is people just playing because of nostalgia, and how much of this is going to be new people? And so with that, they can gauge those collections, like the Mana Collection. They released a Mana Collection, they got good feedback, then they released Trials of Mana Remake. World Ends With You, you know, they put out that, you know, the trailer for the sequel, and then they put out the remake. No, they put out the remaster first, And then I guess it got enough sales, and then they put out the trailer for the new one, because you didn't know if you played Final Mix of The World Ends With You that there was going to be a sequel. That's why people didn't like the cliffhanger ending, which I don't blame them. Ending on a cliffhanger is a very cheeky move. That's very disrespectful writing, because you're just operating on the assumption that you're going to be getting another game, and that is not true. You shouldn't really be assuming that. There you go, Astrid. You get a bungalow. Little thing for you. Oh, he doesn't want a very big house at all. In fact, I think you can just kind of chill out here, can't you? Yeah, you can. We need steel, linen and paper, and a gold ingot. Actually, I think we can make all of those now. Gold ingot. Where did I put my factory? Up here. Okay. Making ourselves some gold ingots. Oh my god, you're gonna be one of these. That is so brutal. That is so brutally unforgiving. But yeah, the world of Final Fantasy, and not just speaking about the game called literally the world of Final Fantasy. Like I said, there's like 30 games, at least. There's probably more. And if you don't like one, it's okay. You have options. That's why I never like anybody who's like, if you're new to Final Fantasy, try playing these first. I'm like, that's a stupid recommendation. And why is it stupid? Because there's so much diversity. To think that to reduce people's interests to what you think they're going to be most interested in and evaluate the games based on that is incredibly insulting, because the reasons why somebody may like something are going to be the exact same reasons somebody doesn't like that same game. You're operating under this weird assumption that one size fits all, or all fans are looking for this series for the same reason. It is not the case. If you haven't picked up by now, Final Fantasy is one of those games series where every single installment deliberately does something different to set itself apart. And if you're going to try to reduce that or ignore it, oh boy, you're missing the entire point. Steel sheet and homemade paper. Don't you make paper in the oven? Sawdust and glue. Cool. And we need a sheet of steel. Right. But yeah, whenever somebody tries to say, I didn't like this, it's okay. You don't have to justify it. Just like if somebody says, I like this, and you disagree, it's okay. They don't have to justify it. It's like arguing colors. It's okay that people have different preferences for colors. Just because saying, well, I like blue, well, I like red, well, I like yellow. It's like, you don't have to argue about that. That's so pointless. And yet people, I guess, are just so bored that's what they want to do. Alright, we're gonna go Gray Mist. It's also weird when there's just a sense of entitlement where somebody can't enjoy something unless they get online validation from some stranger that they also like the same thing. I always find that hilarious. It's like, I can't enjoy the game that I already know I like unless somebody else, some stranger on the internet, is convinced that they like it for the same reasons I do. It's like, oh, cool. So the world revolves around you. Or you revolve your world around the opinions of others. That sounds very secure. Thank you. Thank you for defining the confidence you have in your own likes. I appreciate it. It's okay to just say, I like the color blue, and that's the end of the story. It's okay. If somebody walks up and says, I don't like blue, I like this other color more, that's also fine. Because it doesn't change the fact that you like blue and it's your favorite color. It doesn't matter if a website or somebody's blog gave blue a 4 out of 10 because they said it was too much blue, or there was too much water that reminded them of blue. It's okay. It doesn't matter. And you don't have to feel defensive about it too, where it's like, why do you like blue? Don't you know that X and X website gave it a 4 out of 10? And they gave yellow a 7 out of 10? And red a 9 out of 10? Obviously, that means red is better. Red sells more. It's like, okay, I still like blue. With that, I think we can actually max upgrade this dude's house immediately. Blam, blam. Oh, I need more silk. I get the feeling this dog sensei is an all-natural person. Elena, you know, you didn't tell me your name was Elena. So they value efficiency, clearly. And they want all-natural things. I bet they want all the organic things I have. Alright, so we need silk. You're in my way, Elena. And Elena's like, I'm precisely where I need to be. Oh, I feel you're an obstacle. Well, I feel that's a personal attitude that you're taking, isn't it? Well, you're kind of right. Oh, you want silk fabric, not just silk. But yeah, there's nothing more perpetual of an energy engine than people who don't listen trying to shout at other people who also don't listen because both sides are stubborn and selfish. And just can't get past themselves. It is an immovable object arguing with another immovable object, and then they wonder why there's no progress. I find that hilarious. I love making fun of people like that because they're already insulting people that almost deserve it. It doesn't matter because they're so stubborn and ignore everything other people say that I figure what's one more thing for them to ignore. But of course, those are just the most extreme and irrational of fan-based zealots. Hey, you got an achievement.
Hello.
Worderic, the Cunning Bard. From the Mirror Desert. Actually sounds pretty cool.
Hello.
Don't pity him, he's quick to take credit and assign blame. Wow, sounds like some of the people I was just talking about. His min-maxing tendency is insufferable. As a min-maxer, I resemble that remark. But yeah. Alright, what else can he have? Oh, pizza. Have his pizza. Oh, that must be his favorite meal. Sweet, he loves pizza. That kind of makes sense because he's eating out of a pizza box right now. I wish other people were that consistent. Here's a hug. Nice. Max happiness. Oh, he gives me XP potions. Can you give me some XP potions right now? How do you make XP potions? I like how it's playing epic fantasy music in the background, very softly. I used to be in league with people like this that did this all the time and got excited. I kind of moved on, but I understand where they're coming from. Alright, hold on. I know you're hungry, Mac. Elena, what do you need? You need steel sheets. Alright. Well, we still have daylight burning. Wait, I did say steel sheets, right? We need steel sheets. Yeah, steel sheets. Alright. Where did I put my... Oh, there it is, yeah. Keep walking around it. Steel sheet. There we go. We have just enough carbon. B. Vargas, Square Enix won't be short of work on projects for a while, that's for sure. Sure, if they can focus and get stuff going. I know they just announced Forspoken, but I'm like, what happened to Project Babylon? You were promoting that for like 3 years and then it disappears. I'll tell you what, my working theory is that Project Babylon, or Babylon's Fall, turned into Final Fantasy 16. Because it looks it looks a lot similar to gameplay and visuals. So I'm like, I wonder if they just took that project and converted it, and that's why we don't hear about Babylon's Fall anymore. But yeah, going back to Square Enix, it's clear that they're checking interest in a couple of their core series to just try to get more money going. Now, if you didn't already know, the reason why you have 2.5 mobile experiences for Final Fantasy VII is clearly to get more funding for Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2. Because that stuff costs money. Nice. Alright. but they have neglected many, many other series along the way. Especially the Western-oriented titles, such as Deus Ex or Tomb Raider. You know, they got the Marvel Avengers thing for Crystal Dynamics going, but like, what are you doing with Deus Ex and Tomb Raider? I know they sold off Hitman, but when they acquired those licenses, I'm like, what is Square Enix gonna do with those things? And the answer is, make a couple games and then do nothing. Even though each of those games sold millions, they're not gonna do anything with them. That just kind of bums me out. Whoa, that's a lot of carrots. I'm clearly missing something. I wonder if you can air dash and jump, and that's the whole reason why all these areas are so tall, and they don't have any means of scaling it normally. Oh, there we go. Oh, wait, hold on. You know, this place does secrets. What was that weird noise I was making when I was inflating itself and coming over here? That's so weird. Hey B Vargas, how's it going today? Dark Magician, how are you? Hey Barry. I'll be honest, I rarely find berries. Mushrooms even more so. It's like, where the heck do I find mushrooms? Good lord. Strawberries. Ooh, I don't think I have strawberries. Blueberries I have. I don't think I have raspberries. Have a very good day. Thanks, Captain Crunch. Oh, I do have strawberries. I guess I've been sitting on them so long I never did anything. I do have raspberries, and I have blueberries. I have everything. Here you go, bud. No problem, Barry. I got you. Barry, I have what you need. Do I have to leave and come back? I might have to. Crap, where's my boat? Dark Magician, thank you so much for helping me with that, because I have a terrible memory, so if people can write down things like you did, Dark Magician, and just remind me that I need strawberries. Well, you need raspberries, you put cherries down there. I guess I don't have a raspberry emoji. But yeah, that helps me out a lot. I appreciate it. Actually, we leave, we come back. I guess Barry didn't expect such a quick turnaround. But yeah, people are almost too afraid of talking about the things they like if it's in an environment because they're so used to, I think, being shut down and rejected. I really have to wonder where that fear comes from. Because it's true. Nobody likes being rejected. It's very uncomfortable. But at the same time, like, you shouldn't always be fear-driven to express yourself or what you like. Because, man, I know there's some Discords or some forums or some parts in Reddit where you can just be like, I like Final Fantasy XIII's combat system, which I genuinely do. I'm not even trolling. I legit think Final Fantasy XIII... Actually, I can explain how Final Fantasy XIII's combat system exceeds the depth of strategy and complexity of the previous 12 mainline Final Fantasy games that preceded it, with the exception of probably Final Fantasy XI because it's an MMO. Because almost all Final Fantasy combat systems boil down to build stat numbers, select the strongest attack, and just spam it. That's how you beat the game. It's so what I call brain dead. It's brute force. I don't want to be insulting and say smooth brain. What do I not have? What What am I missing? Oh, I need 15 strawberries. Ah. You got me there, game. But yeah, you can brute force pretty much every Final Fantasy game. It's not even a question. Some are easier than others. And you don't have to take my word for it. Hell, look at like how speedrunners handle it. They already know it. You don't have to outthink it. You don't have to think very hard at all. Can you express those damage numbers in different ways? Absolutely. But there's not a lot of strategy. 13 introduced strategy, which I appreciate, because it's not about just doing big numbers. It's about staggering the opponent and then going for a damage phase, which I think is like, oh, thank you for breaking up combat. I appreciate it. Jesus Christ. It's not just select the strong attack and do it. Which is funny because people attack that game thinking it's like, oh, you could just smash your way through the game. You don't have to do any. Oh, if you say that, you clearly never beat the first prologue. If you actually legit think that, I know for a fact you have not beaten the prologue if that's what you think. Because if you think that, you are going to get walled by every major boss, because every major boss, you can't just brute force your way through. They're either going to have too high defenses or they're going to counter and wipe your entire team. In fact, it's the first Final Fantasy mainline game where they knew that some people are not going to be accustomed to not just brute forcing their way through, so they expected you to fail. That's why if you lose a boss battle, and you will lose a boss battle, you have the option right there where it says you can restart the boss battle, but take the time to also redo your paradigms and your setups and things like that, because they knew you were going to fail. But that's okay, because you're supposed to fall, and you're supposed to get up, learn, adapt, and overcome. But I can understand where some people don't want to do that because they haven't done it for the previous 10 Final Fantasies, so they didn't want to do it here. And so to them, because of that cognitive dissonance, because I'm like, why can't I just outgrind things? Because there's a grinding cap on every level. You're supposed to outskill things, not out-brute force things. How come I can't just beat things up with my strongest attack? Because that's not how the battle system's balanced. Well, this game's stupid. Okay, you're right. It's the game's fault. It's the game's fault that you don't like having to think for yourself a little bit. You're right. It is completely the game's fault. I love it. I love that rationale. It cracks me up every time. We don't have the ability to plant strawberries, do we? That might be the other garden. Have we ever gotten strawberry seeds, or did we only just ever find strawberries? Oh, we don't have anything planted here. And what's cool is that a lot of the features that people didn't like so much in Final Fantasy XIII's combat system, like of what the system meant to do, but perhaps it didn't do it as smoothly, were completely fixed in Final Fantasy 13-2. That's why 13-2's combat system is my favorite of the trilogy. And I love the time-traveling theme of Lightning Returns and the action combat system that it started that evolved into 15 and 7 Remake. I like that combat system. It was so fun. It was really fun to me. But you also have to be flexible in thinking. A lot of people just don't want to be flexible. They just want to go in, have a predictable battle system, do it, and move on. You know, eat it like it's a cheeseburger. Just, I don't want to be surprised. I just want to go in, you know, do what I expect to be doing, and then just get on with my life. And because they are surprised or they have to learn a new skill or deconstruct what they think they know and relearn a new system, they can't be bothered, and so they just reject it. But instead of rejecting it and saying it's a problem with them, even though there's a problem with them, they blame the game and say it's the problem with the game. Oh, the game has a bad battle system, it's not balanced. Oh, the game is too tedious, it takes too long. Oh, the game just you didn't play the game that was supposed to be played, but you're blaming the rule set of the game that you didn't want to play to begin with. That's cute. You're right. It's completely the game's fault that you don't want to learn the rules and play it the way it was meant to be played. You're right. That's a bad game. Damn, if only all games could just be the exact same system every single time and match the exact same way you want it to be. If only the world were that way. Man, if only we weren't children who thought the entire world revolved around us. Man, if only. We'll get there one day. We'll get there one day. Oh, I still need one more steel sheet. The good news is for people like that, there are plenty of RPGs that do that, that stick with very simple combat systems, that if you just want to mash big numbers, you could do that. If you don't want to have an in-depth combat system, you don't have to. If you want to have simple, predictable plot tropes, you can have that. You can have that. I think what they're upset about is that they want the production values and the quality that Final Fantasy is normally known for, because it does value itself on very high production values, let's be real. They want that big blockbuster experience, but with the simplicity that they're seeking, and they're not getting it. And so because of that, they become disenfranchised. Which is also okay, because for every person, like I said, that doesn't like that system, it's going to attract a new person who's like, oh wow, Final Fantasy's doing something fresh and new? Oh wow, it's not just brain-dead combat? Oh wow, I'm actually suddenly interested in trying this out. This is awesome. So yeah, it attracts a new crowd. It's unfortunate that it doesn't retain some of the people, but hey, look on the bright side. Whatever installment you previously liked, it's not like a new game deletes that game. It's like anybody who didn't like Final Fantasy VII Remake and felt threatened by it. It's like, why are you feeling threatened by it? The original Final Fantasy VII exists. You can play it right now. In many ways. It's available on so many systems these days, which of course, you know, Katase is going to make sure that his precious baby is available on as many platforms as possible. So why are you worried about it? Like, you can play that game at any time. Oh, I get it. You wanted the world to revolve around you, and you wanted your new game to fit the exact same standards of what you expected with higher, more modern production values. I got it. You're right. You're right. The problem is the game. It didn't conform itself to your expectations. I completely understand. Oh, you fit comfortably right there. And what do we need for improvements? Rose gold. We can do that now. We can do that now. Oh, sweet. This is what's cool about the end game crafting, is that you have almost everything you need. Hey Curtis, how's it going today? Thanks for joining chat, how are you? I like seeing all these new faces today. How nice. That's why all these people that are trying to pigeonhole Final Fantasy 16 by directly comparing it to whatever Final Fantasy previously came before it are just wasting their time. It's like, guys, just let the game come out and express its own identity. Because I don't know if you've noticed this or not, but all the mainline Final Fantasies have nothing to do with each other on purpose, and they're all tweaking things to be different, to appeal to different people, to try new things, and to have new experiences. Because if you do want a level of predictability, there are many series, like say Dragon Quest, that give you more refined experiences of basically the same overall pattern, I guess you could say, or themes, or methods with which they do things. Like, Dragon Quest 1 plays a lot like Dragon Quest 11. There are many refinements in between, but you can tell they didn't shift all that dramatically. And that's okay, because that appeals to a different sense of people that value consistency, that value predictability, that feel rewarded for learning and mastering the system and can apply it to a new game. There's advantages on both sides. Just because something doesn't do something doesn't make it worse. What makes it worse is if it does do something and it does that thing poorly. Like, you can't blame a cat for not being a dog. What you can blame your cat for doing is doing very poor cat-like things. And so, it's okay that a game is not for everyone. It was never designed to be for everyone. And that's okay. So, yeah. People that are afraid that they're not going to like a game like 16, I'm like, what are you so afraid of, not liking a video game? Like, what is going on? That is such a weird thing to be concerned about. Oh, guys, I'm so concerned I'm not going to be able to enjoy this video game and join my friends at the lunch table or in Reddit forums and talk about the things because I'm not going to like it. Oh, no. Like, move on with your life. Is your life so boring that all you can do is worry about if you like a video game or not? Also, Stella's standing on thin air. You need the bare minimum. I wonder if they like single ingredient foods. Okay. What do you do for me, by the way? Gives you harsh feedback. I believe it. Oh. Elena didn't want me improving their house. Oops. That was a trap and I fell for it. You know what, Spiritfarer? You get a high five for that. Because here I was just talking about being on autopilot, just like some of you in chat are talking about right now. Being on autopilot. And I was on autopilot, and the game knew that, and so presented a character for me that doesn't like that autopilot. I don't want you upgrading my house. I didn't ask for this. I want it to be simple. Man, I literally just proved that just now. Good on you, Spiritfarer. Way to subvert my expectations, I guess you could say. Alright. Alright. What would you like? You clearly would like stuff like a salad. Let's be for real. Well, actually, what are the new things we made? Breakfast is a new thing, but Stanley liked breakfast. Healthy. You seem like a healthy person. Okay, it's fried. Doesn't like fried things. Likes healthy things, very clearly. Alright, what do we like that's healthy food? What hell? We made everything. Just about. I know she's not gonna like onion rings. Or pizza. Doesn't like fried, even though I don't think that, whatever. I mean, yeah, vegetable stir fry, you're right. Oh, here we go. Grilled chicken. Oh, hates meat. Shit, okay. Also kind of vegan, I see. Alright, wants healthy food but can't be meat. Grilled mushrooms? Okay. Man, you are a tough customer to please, and I'm already pissing you off. I wonder if I can dismantle their house. Can I dismantle their house and... No, because you can't dismantle anybody's house. That's right. I was say, can I just, like, take it and just salvage it and just rebuild it without any furnishment and make them happy? Ugh, whatever. Right, let's go to Grey Mist Peaks. Since we don't have a means, I like how you can look at the island in the background and it's pretty accurate. But we don't have a means of climbing up here. Oh wait. Oh wait. Unless it was to the side. Oh, we're supposed to go and glide over. Hold on. Actually, no. We don't need gold anymore. We're fine. We crafted pretty much everybody's things anyway. Don't try to hug her? Yeah, trust me. When she said, I don't like to be touched ever, I was like, okay, you're not a hugging type. So she is 100% gonna be the anti-everything you think you know about this game. And you know what? That's okay. Are you excited for Rise on Friday? I would be if I got shipping notification for my copy of Monster Hunter Rise, but for some reason, I got no notification, so I can hope it's coming in on time, because I'm like, huh, it's Wednesday, game comes out on Friday, I don't have my notification. What's going on? My order better not have been misplaced or canceled. I have the order confirmation. Okay, there's a lot of stuff here. Trying to scope the islands. Some of these islands are deceptive. I guess we're gonna be growing some vegetables if we're gonna be pleasing Elena, because Elena's just pissed off. It's like, how dare you give me all these artificial, unnecessary luxuries in life? Elena proves exactly what I was talking about. That it takes all kinds. For there's some people like, you know, Mac, who just want more and want everything, and then you have people like Elena who don't want that sort of stuff, and you have to please both crowds. But not at the same time. You should always be considerate of your audience. And whatever actions I do that would please Mac, for example, aren't going to please Elena. So you don't just whitewash everything. You don't just lump everybody together. You have to treat them individually. Bruce and Mac remind me of a type of old men who, throughout their lifetimes, they struggle, they fought, they built things, they have a legacy, they have an empire, and they realize you just can't take it with you. They valued all the great things in life. They drove all the nice cars, wore all the nice clothes, ate all the nice food. And you realize after a time that, you can only drive something so far, you can only wear something so long, you can only enjoy a food for so much before it all just becomes kind of rote and meaningless. Because at the end of the day, you can't take any of it with you. And if you're going to try to leave something for someone else, those are not the exact sort of things that you could really leave behind of any significance. So all you can do is try to, if you value your legacy, it's a struggle to try to pass it off to somebody who's going to respect it. And that's very challenging. Oh, you gave me 2 ovals. Whoa, nice. I don't like these blind faith jumps. I really wish there was a way to zoom out. Stuff like this feels tedious. Like there's the water. Come on, man. I don't think you have strawberries on you, do you? You do not. I need literally 1 strawberry. A big score. Just 1 more train, Arthur. There's always just 1 more train, Dutch. Oh, good thing I got a whole bunch of carrots. A shitload of carrots. How many shitloads? 10 shitloads. I wonder if anybody knows what that reference is. Alright, how many carrots is a shitload of carrots? It better not be like 100 carrots. Good thing we planted some carrots. Okay. We still need to find Hummingberg for 2 reasons. We still need to find 100 lemons. I don't know where the heck we're gonna find lemons. And we need to find 1 more strawberry. Ooh, we can actually make gold ingots and electum sheets. We can build that. Once again, we need to find Hummingberg. Yeah, fucking, we need 100 carrots. Why was I expecting anything else? Don't have dash. We need a hummingbird. Astrid's ready to die. And for some odd reason, we can't find his dude in Oxbury. Alright, well, while you're here, let me sell some of my junk to you. I almost wonder what the field seed sampler pack is. Oh, there's maple syrup. Oh, we still haven't found his sockeye salmon, though. We need that maple syrup. That's one of our final ingredients. I suppose you have strawberries. I guess not. Alright. Where's our tchotchke stuff, dude? I know we have tchotchke stuff. Here we go. Oops, not shoes. Not proof of purchase. Just in case we want a second cow. We're probably not ever going to have a second cow, but just in case. Alright. Is corn considered healthy? What about rice? She's probably going to like the leaf veggie stuff. Alright, let's just do some corn. By the way, I think it's funny that the moment we start talking about everyone's favorite Final Fantasies, everyone in chat is talking about their favorite Final Fantasies. And that's cool because, again, diversity. Everybody here has different interests, different reasons why they like their game, and different reasons why they disliked other games. And I think if you find that you focus on what you liked compared to what other people liked, I think you'll find that there's more ways to find things in common than dispute the differences. Because you can talk smack about any of the systems. Lord knows I do. But you can also praise any of the systems too. And that's just choice. Again, actions and consequences. Corn is a grain. I mean, I get that. I'm just saying, will it help contribute to recipes I need to make? Speaking of, let's look at stuff that's healthy. What's other healthy stuff we can make that's not meat and not fried? Sorry, so we already gave her grilled mushrooms. And we don't have enough mushrooms to give out for that, so we need something else. She doesn't like meat. We don't have enough mushrooms for a mushroom salad. She doesn't like stir fry. I wonder if she would like a green salad. Probably wouldn't like fried rice because it's fried. I wonder if she would eat an egg salad. Oh, you know what she also probably likes? She probably also likes plain things because she likes simple plain things. But we're gonna have to give her plain stuff that isn't meat based. So I'm guessing rice. Just simple rice. Actually, what do you get when you just cook a leaf veggie? I don't remember what you cook with just a leaf veggie. Alright, either way. Let's make a bunch of salads. We should be planting more leaf veggies whenever possible, and carrots. give her the green salad. She literally has one on her chest. Yeah, I know, right? Like, if there's any more obvious cue that she really likes green salads. Ooh, whatever this is tough. Hopefully it's a sockeye salmon. If it's a sockeye salmon, I'd be so happy. Halibut. Okay. It's also kind of funny in a weird way. I haven't done a Final Fantasy recap since 15 months ago. We're almost done with Final Fantasy, to be honest with you. For the stuff I want to recap for, we're almost done with it. I think when we run out, people will be like, yeah, I'm done with this channel, there's no point anymore. Sockeye salmon! Yes! I could finally have the maple syrup. That was perfect timing. Booyah. Alright, what's that recipe that needed the syrup? I need to look that up real fast. Have you gone to the Walrus Woman at all since that time? I didn't. Oh, she probably gives me strawberries and syrup, doesn't she? Yeah, I didn't even think about that, Kyogre. Let's see if we can catch another sockeye salmon. I know, Alessandra, I'll never be done, because the moment I'm done making all the Final Fantasies, I'm just going to turn right around and make one. And you know what? That's okay too. It's like Resident Evil. Like, I'm finally done with this series. Nope, they're making another one in a couple of months. And I'm okay with it. When it comes to, when I keep saying that I want to reduce the amount of series I have open, what I mean to say is I needed to reduce the amount of series of dead series that need to be closed. And they're not making new ones. So like, if Resident Evil or Final Fantasy's open, that's fine. That doesn't count against the soft cap. Yes, sockeye salmon. Alright, so we're gonna cook us a sockeye salmon with maple syrup. Oh wait, no, I did this again. I took it out too early. I was too ambitious. Whatever. Since we're here. Oh, what if you can use the other salmon? Oh, you can. Blue salmon or sockeye salmon work, or king salmon works. So it's any salmon. Okay. We'll do the king one so that way we get more. So Final Fantasy's fine. Resident Evil's fine. I'm talking about stuff like Breath of Fire, because that series is dead. I know it's painful to think about, but it's dead. By the way, can somebody please tell me where Hummingbird is? Where the heck is Hummingbird? Hummingberg, or whatever. Where is it? I have 3 quests tied to that one spot, and I can't help but feel it's in the middle area. Yeah, like Shadow Hearts, Phantasy Star, Suikoden, all those series that they're dead. Yes, those are the ones that I'm going to finish up, and then once they're done, then I can release a soft cap and open up more dead series, like Metal Gear, and things like that. Castlevania is another one that's a dead series I need to make, finish up, all that. Is it fun to think about? Nope. Is it important to remember the past? It is to me, and it is to a lot of you too. Because as much as people like PlayStation want to kill the past and not give you any way to come back to it, I do believe in preservation. Nice amethyst. Coordinates are 39, 139. Thank you. Thank you both of you, Jax and Geiger. I appreciate it. 39, 139. Perfect. High five to both of you guys. Alright. So we were at Hummingbird. Jesus Christ. I keep thinking it's a new place and it's an old place. I'm so dumb. Anyway, they sell carrot seeds there, so we're gonna need to stock up on them anyway. Thank you guys, you saved me a lot of frustration. Alright, let's head over there. Man, that was so early, I can't believe I forgot. We don't have anything here, do we? Actually, we don't need to worry about grains because, let's be for real, she doesn't want us cooking grains anyway. Alright, so back to cooking salads. Green salads. Green salads are fat and leaf vegetable. This time we're not going to interrupt it. Probably. Yeah, you're right. We need to check back with Walrus Lady. Since we're on that side of the world, check back with her. We've already caught and built and crafted and collected so many things. I'm sure we have so many things extra. Real fast. Alright, these are leaf veggies for Elena. Carrots for Bruce and Mac. The partner in Oxbury is at the cafe. Where though? Is it outside? I thought we talked to everybody. We'll try again. Here. We'll try again for Oxbury. Oh, we got another achievement for using the bus stop. I guess X many times. Alright, we're just racking up the achievements. We're making progress today. I feel good. Peaches? What? You losing your mind, old man? Okay, how many peaches do you need for real? It'd probably be during the day you have to look. Oh, you know, that might be it. It might have been the time of day. That's a good thing to bring up. I didn't think about that. Alright, who here is for Hummingbird? So Buck's friend is here. I don't have 100 of any fruit or vegetable, so a tool needs here. Alright, good. So we have 2 quests here. And I know we have a side quest too. Alright, let's have the dinner first. I'm glad Astrid gets to have one good final meal before we send her off. Even though I know she likes plain stuff, it's fine. I wonder if he was just a bad dad and just kind of regrets that. This is nice. I invited Gustav. Where the heck is Gustav? Gustav, are you too cool to join the dinner party? Come on, man. Alright, now we got plenty of salads, even though I know she's gonna complain that she doesn't want... actually, does she like the soup? Like Astrid, does she like, what is it? What was the soup that she liked? It was like noodle soup. I wonder if she would like noodle soup. I wish you could organize these a little bit better. Okay, there we go. No, it's just considered soup. But it's also kind of plain, isn't it? I mean, well, no, I guess it's not technically plain. It's just her favorite food. Oh, we're gonna do plain rice. I guess we'll plant more rice. I wonder if she would like tea. Let's try it. Keith, how's it going? Glad you could make chat. You missed a riveting discussion about Final Fantasy earlier. I know he's gonna change his mind about Peaches, but hey, at least we have Peaches. I'm not about to grow another tree, because I get the feeling he's gonna change his mind again. This, we finally have onions. Wow, we get 1 onion out of that? That is brutal. Good lord. Alright, well, I'm gonna make us some onion rings. And with that, I think we have every... Oh, that's right. I'm still cooking rice. We will make onion rings, and I think with that, we'll have everything done. We'll have discovered every single recipe. Okay, so we need to find... Yeah, there we go. I get the feeling the first random NPC you talk to is the correct person for this quest. Because 3 times out of 3, it happens to be the very first person we talk to. I don't think that's a coincidence. Oh, it must be this guy, the tabletop guy. Yeah, that's right. I'm Jerome, okay? We must get the fellowship together. That's right, let me buy carrot seeds while I'm here. Because even though we don't need 100 of them, keeping some vegetables going will still be good. Wait. Oh crap, is it a tool's time to go? It's funny we would have to ask Astrid, because Astrid doesn't like a tool very much. Also, somebody's been shearing my sheep, but I don't know who it is. Not that I really need it, but, you know, just want to know. Everybody's sleeping, so... Man, I don't think I have anything to craft either. I think we're just so on top of it. I guess I'll just fish. Keith, I got one discussion that led to a Reddit argument, but I can't talk. Does the game being a spin-off mean it cannot be part of the series canon? I mean, it depends on the series and it depends on the installment. Because there are many, for example, Resident Evil games where some spin-offs are canon and some spin-offs are not canon. Like the Resident Evil Gaiden or Resident Evil Umbrella Corps or Resident Evil... what was the Raccoon City one? I think it was just called Raccoon City, wasn't it? Those are spin-offs. Those are not canon. However, you have the Revelation series or the Gunlight series or part of the Chronicles series that are spin-offs as well from the mainline series, and those are absolutely canonical, and they're referenced by the main games too. Kingdom Hearts is one of those where I don't believe they've had a non-canonical game yet. Because the mobile games are canonical. In fact, they were directly referenced in 3. And the Melody of Memory is also canonical. Like the Persona games, even the spin-off dancing ones or the fighting games, those are canonical. There are too many examples where it's a case-by-case basis. But there are too many examples where there are if the whole point of the argument is to say, can a spin-off game be considered canonical? The answer is yes. If the question is, are all spin-off games canonical? The answer is no. It is a case-by-case basis. Alright, let's cook us some onion rings. It's been a long time coming. Onion rings are my personal favorite snack food. I limit myself because obviously it's not healthy, but it's my absolute favorite snack and comfort food. I don't eat it all the time too because it loses value if you use it all the time, but yeah. Here's some plain rice. Just for you, I made it extra plain. Okay, at least she's not mad at me upscaling her house. I appreciate that. So yeah, she does like plain food, she does like healthy food. Oh, okay. Next time we'll give her the salad. What's up, Gustav? We haven't talked to you in a while. That's right, he likes exotic foods. Oh, did I really give you fish curry last time? Oh wow, how about that? Here's paella. Oh, we never did find out what his favorite food is. Just yet. What's the weirdest, most exotic thing we have? I'll give it to him next time. I'll give you a hug too. Yeah, exactly, Jax. The rice is so plain. The rice, the water was boiled in was not even salted. It is that plain. Which, by the way, tastes terrible. Yeah, onion rings. I'm never giving anyone these onion rings. These onion rings are mine. I cooked every single recipe in the entire book for all of you. I deserve this one thing from me. The final meal, onion rings. Nobody else is getting this. Oh, you know what? I bet he likes sauerkraut. Because that's a very exotic ingredient. We'll give it to him next time. At least we found out that nobody here eats poop. Basically, the argument was over me calling some Zelda games spin-offs, and the only argument people had for why they can't be spin-offs is that they're part of the official timeline. Well, it depends. There are Zelda spin-off games. With the exception of Hyrule Warriors and its sequel, Age of Calamity, all of the Zelda spin-off games are non-canonical. Like, that's not even up for debate. The Zelda mainline series is pretty obvious that they're all canonical. Like, which Zelda games were you talking about? Were you perhaps talking about stuff like 4 Heroes of Light or something like that? Or not 4 Heroes of Light, that's Final Fantasy. 4 Swords or 4 Swords Adventures, because those are canonical. And your friends would be correct in pointing out that they are acknowledged by the official timeline as being canonical, because that's the final evidence. If the official timeline acknowledges it as canonical entry, or it's, you know, directly referenced or reliant or derivative in another mainline game, then it's obviously canonical. Like, there's no debate, it's open and shut. It's not, it's arguably non-canonical. No. If it's acknowledged by the official source to be officially relevant, then it's canonical. That's it. 4 Swords and Triforce Heroes. Those are both canon. Triforce Heroes, I think, is among the worst games, in my opinion, of the Zelda series. Certainly one of the weaker installments. But it is canonical. So, but, yeah. Keith, I don't think being canonical meant they had to be mainline series, nor is being a spin-off a bad thing necessarily. You're not arguing that they are canonical. So then what are you saying? Please clarify, because I thought that was what we were talking about. Alright, let's go visit Walrus Lady. Is that all you gotta say? You're hungry. You're not gonna complain about being hungry? Oh, thanks. Oni, do you have a cellar? I do not have a cellar. Oh boy. Please don't say you want 100 fish. Are you going insane? This is like the breakdown of Dutch. Oh shit, he's ready to go already? Oh my god, are we already done? Man, I feel like I barely got to know Bruce and Mac. Anyway, you're hungry. can I at least get your favorite fruit out of the way? Here, garlic bread, use pub food. Yeah, we got their favorite food right before they leave. That's worth a hug. I just think that those games are spin-offs, but the argument may be to think that they can't be spin-offs just because they're canonical. No, you can be a canonical spin-off. Those absolutely exist. There are many examples of canonical spin-offs. Yeah, we made him happy. I like to play the beats in the background. Alright, do we still need to find Astrid? Yeah, we do. Astrid, where are you? There you are. Alright, before that. Okay, fine. Oh, was she into the tabletop stuff? That's funny. Oh, is she part of his gaming group? That's hilarious. I always have to remind him of the rules. She's the rules lawyer. I am always the rules lawyer. Oh, look at the figurines he has. He has a dude that's kind of, if I'm not mistaken, looks very much like Guts. Let's be for real. If not, that's a stereotypical barbarian dude. Yeah, and then the other guy, the person who doesn't care about role-playing at all, they're like, I'm just here for combat. It's like, man, fuck off. Yep, here we go. I know exactly people like this. They're only there to roll dice. They're only there to find loopholes in the rules. They want to live as power fantasy. They don't want to be bogged down by trying to involve themselves or invest themselves in the world or the story. Man, this thing hits home. I love how real this writing is. Yeah, it pisses me off too. Oh wait, we're not talking to Astrid. We're talking to, I thought we were talking to Astrid. I didn't realize he was right behind her. Oops. Sorry, I didn't see you there, Buck. I literally thought I was talking to Astrid. I'm like, wow, I didn't think Astrid was into tabletop gaming. No, of course I'm talking to Buck. Good lord. Okay, I got excited for nothing there. Jax, a spin-off isn't about canonicity? Is that even a word? Whatever. Canonical is certainly a word. It's about gameplay? I may slightly disagree with you, Jax. Because there are many games like Legend of Zelda that are not consistent with their gameplay mechanics. And you may be thinking, whoa, 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 what about the Zelda formula? Now, the Zelda formula was true for a few installments. But that's the whole mystery about when people try to define, well, what exactly constitutes a Zelda game? Because they try to define it with conventions and mechanics, and that's not the way it's conventionally defined. It's bigger than that. Same thing for Final Fantasy. It's hard to say that some games are Final Fantasy spin-offs, even though there are spin-offs, when mechanically they're identical to other installments, and other installments, especially most of the mainline installments, are not identical to each other. So it's not really a defining characteristic of a spin-off. I think it's simply just creators' intent. When they simply design this game, they're saying, hey, this is just going to be a story with some of the characters or some of the world elements or some of the conventions you like, but don't consider as part of the main series of games. And hey, if you really want to talk about it, the entirety of the Persona series is a spin-off to Shin Megami Tensei. But is it canonical to Shin Megami Tensei? That doesn't matter because it has its own canonical universe. So you see where this conversation can get very complex. Man, Buck's DMing life is so much like my own DMing life, good lord. Anyway, where's the tool? Hey, don't stop playing on my account. Man, are we gonna have 3 people going to the Everdor today? Good lord, this boat's gonna get empty fast. Get ready for the feels in this final hour. Of their final hour. Whoa, 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 what? Is the tool already gone? What's going on? Is he not... What? Alright, we need to go back to Oxbury anyway. By the way, chat, help me out. What's the whole deal with the Oxbury 100 lemons thing? Do I actually need to find 100 lemons? Or is that just a MacGuffin for something else? Keith, thank you so much for the donation. I appreciate that. Just wanted your insight, fun chatting later. Thank you so much for bringing up a conversation. It's always fun to have those. Appreciate you bringing it up. Appreciate you listening. And glad you can be heard. Come by anytime. Thank you again for your kindness. Yeah, we've already fished these waters. Alright. Oh, we're actually where we need to be. Okay. Gurgur, did you go to the Walrus Woman yet? We're going right now. How you doing? What do you want to know? Hey, I'm just here to talk to you. You know, I don't always have to have a reason, even though I do have a reason. Sometimes people are like, "Hey, where's the museum curator?" And I'm like, "Hey, how's the museum curator?" You know, I care a little bit, but apparently you don't care about me caring. So let's just go to business then. So the figurines are part of the collection. Got it. Did we catch all the fish? Oh, we need an urchin. We're just missing one thing? Oh, sweet. Oh, great. Man, you're such a badass taking care of those fish. Good lord. If only you were more interested in things other than yourself. Alright, we have all the gems. There's a metal sheet we haven't made. Which one have we not made? Okay. Brass, bronze, electum, steel. Alright, so there's a one we haven't made yet. I know we got all these dishes. Oh, wait, we didn't cook everything? Oh, we must have just got the recipe and not actually cooked it. Okay. Real fast. Okay, so let me pull up the list and see exactly which recipes those are. Because we clearly have the recipe, we haven't made it. So this is after paella. And that is... No, these aren't organized in the same way, so that doesn't help me. Shit. What are the 2 items we haven't gotten yet? This sucks. Oh wait, these are alphabetized. Okay, that actually is kind of helpful. So what's after maca gruel and before mushrooms? God, that could be anything. I'm literally... God, I wish there was a way to organize this alphabetically. I'm gonna look up a Spiritfarer collections checklist. Because I just need to know alphabetically what that is. Okay. Oh, the celestial sheet is the one we didn't make. I'm pretty sure we can make that. Alright, okay. So we are missing 2 things on this list. We are missing what comes after mock gruel. Alright, so celestial sheet, and we need... muesli. Well, we definitely haven't made that. Okay, so muesli, but we have the recipe for it. And pancakes. We haven't made pancakes? I thought we made pancakes. Really? We haven't made pancakes? Okay. Alright. I'm gonna fix that right now. So celestial sheet, muesli, and pancakes. Oops. Crap, I don't know what the thing looks like. I guess we just do this the old-fashioned... Well, actually, where's pancakes? Did I see pancakes just now? There it is. So egg and flour. Okay. And while that's cooking, we're gonna cut us up a celestial sheet. Yeah, we have 1 pulsar ingot. Perfect. Where do we find the final ceramic figurine? Let's see. Oh, here we go. The sublime figurine is at Crow's End. You must use the dash to get it. Got it. You know what that probably is? It's... Actually, I wonder if I need the dash, because I'm willing to bet that's that treasure chest we couldn't get to because of those platforms. I wonder if we can fall onto that platform. I don't think anybody's required the celestial sheet if this is the first time we're making it, and we have nobody else here to make things for. Unless there's a hidden person. Alright, that's done. Do I even have anything I want to plant? I think we're almost at the point where it's like, oh, onions, yeah. Onions only yield 1 for some silly reason. I'm getting onions for me. This is a personal thing. Nice. Alright. Alright, a berry to yogurt gives me that last meal I see. And we're good. We have then cooked all the things. Oh, where are urchins? I need to find where an urchin is. Where is a sea urchin? Alright, so the sea urchin can be found in any mist area on your ship hull. Got it. Okay, so just randomly sailing around. Good, good, good. In fact, I might already have one. Oh, I do have an urchin. Aha, this is good. Okay. Hey Umbra, how's it going? Chunksley, or is it Chun Xley? How good is the game? I am thoroughly enjoying my experience. We're getting close to the end, but I can tell you right now, if you ever like management style games or garden growing games or things like that where it's just a very chill environment and you're mostly doing kind of simple tasks like fishing and cooking and helping others find quests, there is substantially good writing in this game. This takes all those, and yes, you're doing chores for the most part, but there's a, you know, fair bit of fun mini games, delightful atmosphere, beautiful animations, and the strongest part is all the dialogue. The dialogue and the writing in this game is very good. It is so... The writing on this game is so much better than AAA efforts of the same... that blow this game's budget out the water. This is clearly, like, you know, an indie game. But man, the writing is... you don't need to pay somebody for this. This is so good. So unimpressed. Oh, wait. Okay, whatever. I thought we have all of them. They said halfway. Smithy upgrade. Man, I needed that forever ago. I guess we haven't claimed anything. That's the whole problem. So, pro tip, Chun Xley, is that if you're playing this game, visit the Walrus Lady as soon as you can to cash in on some of these upgrades. Honey, of course. Who's Ash? I love how just dismissive this tone is. It's so nice. Thora, are these previous Spiritfarers? Who are these people? Wow, suddenly the lore opened up for Spiritfarer. Yeah, honestly, if you want real human emotions where it's not like, oh, something like it's the classic old yeller, like, okay, here's a dog, get attached, then the dog dies. Sure. This is written so much smarter than that, with real conversations that you feel they're just ripped from actual psychiatric sessions. It's crazy. It's so good. Man, that's a lot of stuff there. Steel and gold ink. Alright. Alright. Where are we in terms of stuff? You guys need to go to the Everdoor. Let's go to Oxbury real fast. And then we'll go to the Everdoor, start saying goodbye to some of our friends. Oxbury was... Yeah, there you are. Especially if you have any sort of real-life experience that relates to some of the stories these people are telling, it's gonna hit different. Sometimes when people don't want to confront their own emotions, I can understand. But at the same time, you know, you can only be so fearful and run away from... You can only run away for so long, because no matter where you run, you can't run away from yourself. That doesn't stop people from trying, that's for sure. They just don't want to confront their real issues. And some of them, will, like in this game, will simply die with those issues unresolved. They may or may not regret it, but they certainly can't complain that, you know, it happened, because they set themselves up for that exact situation. Alessandro, you still get sad when you think about Alice? Yeah, me too. Also, the fishing minigame's very fun. And I love fishing minigames. So that's just a bonus to me. Alright, so we're going to Oxbury, and it's the daytime. So here's hoping we can find something for that. Alright, so we need gold ingots, and we need... What was it, a steel sheet I think we needed? I think we need a steel sheet. Colton, haven't been able to watch you live because this game is one you want to play throughout without spoilers, and Colton, that's a smart move. Good on you. I want to stop by to say how much you appreciate your recapitulations of videos. Thank you so much, by the way. You watch Nier again, and you're just gobsmacked at how well they turn out. Yeah, thank you. Making it easily digestible. You are so kind, thank you. That is exactly what I don't want to say want to hear, but it's what I enjoy hearing that people give me on feedback, which is, this was easy to understand, this was repeatable in watching, and it really helped. So Colton, thank you so much. You might be surprised how much words like that go. They help fuel me. Because yeah, I'm fueled by dark magic and the tears of people, but it also really helps to hear those words of appreciation, because you seldom do. Especially if it doesn't come from a place of like facetiousness or flattery, where it's like that old saying, do wrong once, hear it ever, do right twice, hear it never. So many people online just operate under the assumption that, oh, well, you should always be doing a good job, so why should I compliment that? That should be the expectation. You should always be doing good. Even though they don't hold that expectation for themselves. But it's like, if somebody does something wrong, then somebody else is gonna harp on that till the day they die. Remember that time 30 years ago where you messed this thing up? Remember this video you made 5 years ago where you said a word and you said something else? You made that one mistake? You're right. Ignore the 11,000 other words. I'm not even joking. The 50-minute long recaps are 11,000 words. 11,000. Ignore all those words. Focus on the one word you didn't like me saying. Ignore the other 11,000 words. You're right. That is absolutely fundamentally more important. Quality over quantity, you're right. Oh my god, get over yourself. And it's great when, you know, you don't want to feel like you're begging people for like, hey, if you like it, can you please leave a like, because it does legitimately help me in this YouTube landscape. And most people can't be bothered to even do that. So it sucks. That's the grind. That's the hustle. But that's just how it is. Oh my gosh. It really was. Was it you, Jax, who said go during the day instead of the night? Whichever one you said it, absolutely, thank you. Because I came back here, I'm like, what the hell, I can't. So you have to come during the day, not during the night. But yeah, thank you, Colton, for saying good job, because words of simple appreciation like that go so far, not just for me but for other people. Like if you literally go to like your regular food place and they just do a consistent good job, don't every time do it because that seems superficial, but every now and then just be like, hey man, good job, I appreciate the way you made a sandwich. So many people just operate with a sense of entitlement, and it's okay, we all operate that because we want to go through our days on autopilot. Don't think too much about many things. We have too many things to think about. Can't think about everything. And so when somebody does something for someone else, service-wise, and the other person doesn't appreciate it and takes that other person for granted, first of all, that first person, F you. And the other person who does take time to appreciate, thank you. Because just words of appreciation work a lot. If somebody put a lot of effort and actually did a good job that you feel, and serves you up something, then just say good job. That's all you have to do. And many people just, I'm absolutely guilty of doing the same thing. I'm not throwing stones from inside a glass house. I absolutely am guilty of this, where somebody did a very good job and I didn't thank them for it. I didn't even recognize it. And you don't stop to think about how that makes the other person feel. And if you're the person who's like, I don't care how other people feel, well, that's kind of the fundamental problem here now, isn't it? If it makes you feel any better, nobody gives a shit about what selfish people like you think either, so it goes both ways. Eric Deskman. Do I need to come back to the lemonade person when it's daytime too? Find Buck's friend Bob in Oxbury. Oh, well, we're in Oxbury. Alright, what would Buck's friend be? I wonder if it's that one person who's just chilling out. Alright, help me out here, guys. Where is Buck's friend? I really don't want to have to search every single building. Or do I have to come back during the day? Colton, if you don't mind asking, likes and shares help, but does leaving a comment help too? Actually, yes. So here's a bit of peek behind the screen on YouTube heuristics. So, comments absolutely help. They actually help, I think, more than likes or subs, but that it depends how engagement is. Subs obviously help in general just because of, hey, it really does genuinely help you guys being alerted to when I upload stuff. It actually does work. I've had people tell me that as soon as I uploaded stuff, before I even posted a link in either Discord or on Twitter, they already saw the video and they're already working on it. So I'm like, wow, that alert feature actually does work. It does its job. So engagement is decided by likes and dislikes, as well as comments. So it doesn't matter what your comment is. It doesn't matter how long it is. It doesn't matter if somebody replies, although it does help. It also doesn't matter if somebody likes or dislikes your video. According to YouTube, engagement is just simply somebody hitting something on that bar. So if you're disliking a video, you're actually helping it, because that tells YouTube, hey, people are engaging with this video in some manner, so they will promote that video to up more people. So if you are downloading a video because you want to dislike it, which is absolutely fine, you may want to realize that you're actually helping that video by promoting it to more people by engaging with it. So if you write an angry comment or you dislike a video, you have just increased that video's chance of being prescribed to more people. Not more people with your exact taste, because it'll take your analytics of the stuff you like to watch, and it's going to take what this video is, and it's going to match it with slightly different people. It's a complex thing, I know. Nobody ever has the complete algorithm figured out. No matter what anybody says, nobody has it figured out. Even what I'm saying could change at any time. But this part's been consistently true throughout the years. The lemon guy is at the South Point docks, and Buck's friend is to the left of the shrine. Ooh, thank you. Very much appreciate that help. But, yeah. You help videos when you comment and dislike stuff, so that's why a lot of people go for clickbait, because with clickbait, you can get people, especially if you piss them off, you get them engaging with your video with either dislikes, oh, this is a trick, got down, dislikes, or a comment, an angry comment, because that all that helps the creator, all that helps the channel. You are absolutely helping clickbait videos when you react to it in a very dramatic way, so all that's bait. There we go. Thank you, Jax. So Colton, thank you for that question. I have no problem sharing that. I work in the same rodeo as everyone else here. And thank you so much for that. I know you're not being disingenuous either. I appreciate you. I appreciate you appreciating me, but as corny as that sounds. But there is a feeling of gratitude. Chanex, love the positivity. Absolutely. I am cynical. I am sarcastic. I might even be a little bit rude. But all of that is stemmed from a feeling of positivity. I am also very highly critical, but that doesn't mean I'm negative. There's absolutely a difference in that attitude. Like, I criticize things because I care enough to talk about it. If I didn't care, like if you want to hurt the video the most, if you come across a video you don't like, click off of it. Don't watch it. Don't comment. Don't leave a dislike. Just leave it. The more you ignore or cut off a video from watching, that actually is feedback. It hurts their watch time and it hurts their engagement if you want to hurt a video the most. Thanks for coming in and dropping in, Colton. I appreciate you. Get some rest. Alright, that's the other thing we needed. People don't like honesty, which is why I love delivering it. In truth, there are a few things more hurtful than honesty, because if you lie to somebody, they can deny it, they can disprove it, they can dispute it, they can do a lot of things to reject it. However, if you hit somebody with truth, there's nothing they can do and they know it. And that hurts all the more. I know it sounds very villainous when I say that, but sometimes you do have to be a villain to do the right thing. I like to point out to people. I'm one of those people that don't only believe you can do everything in such a nice, fanciful way, because that's not also the best way to handle people. Some people just like Elena, for example, don't want you to be all mushy and clingy or overly flattery or overcomplicated. You know, there's not necessary for that. That's not efficient for what I want. It's not how I accomplish the things that I want here. You are wasting my time. You are wasting your time. If you can be so disingenuous, like you are hurting people if you think you could treat everyone the same way. I believe you should always have manners, but I don't believe you always need to be nice to people, because that also isn't the way some people are motivated. Some people are positively motivated, where you can give them the carrot, and some people are negatively motivated and you have to give them the stick. You're not hurting them, you're helping them. Because as much as some people like having a goal to run towards, there are other people that like having a goal to run away from, such as, I am so tired of not making enough money or not being able to accomplish this, so I am doing what I can to break out of this position I'm in and get into a better position. That person is being negatively motivated, but that's exactly what they need to make a difference in their life of improvement. Just shrugging their shoulders and being like, well, I guess this is the best I can do, I should be happy with what I've got. That's fine for some people, that is not fine for other people, because everybody's different. Everybody has different goals, different ambitions, different perspectives on life, different values, different principles, different senses of justice, and it's all clashing together. That's why, to me, the one unifying thing between all of us is just communication. Like, I'm not a mind reader. You're not me. I don't know what you're thinking exactly, so please use as many words as you can to describe what you're thinking to me. What was I doing? Oh, sorry, I'm upgrading the, this thing. I need gold ingots and XP potions. How the heck do I make XP potions? And you can take that as you will. Like, if you're like, man, Oni, you're just talking shit, I'm like, yeah, probably. But if you agree, great. If you disagree, that's also fine. We may have to hit up our tortoise ladies, our turtle ladies, and get some more gold. Hey Shadows, how's it going? What do you like to be called? I prefer to be called... Oni is fine. Oni has become the nickname that I respond to the most. I usually call myself not just Oni Black Mage, but OBM for short. That's why I shorten everything to just OBM. But people just want to use, you know, Oni instead of OBM. That's okay. I feel there are a lot of Onis online, but not Oni Black Mages, obviously, or OBMs. So it kind of helps me differentiate if I'm ever in a crowd situation and somebody needs to identify me. So if you want to call me Oni, that's fine. If you want to call me OBM, that's also fine. It's kind of like a formal name, nickname situation. Alright, let's give you that salad you're always talking about. Green salad. Oh, I think it's the first time I've seen you smile. Oh, is that your favorite food? That is your favorite food. That one was kind of easy to figure out. Man, these people are constantly hungry. What's up with people wanting to eat every single day? Who do they think they are? People? Come on. Alright, talk to friends and bottom line core. Improve. Okay. Wait, how do I improve his desk? Okay. Anyway, let me grab a quick drink of water real fast, and we're gonna go to the Everdor. We have at least 2 passengers to send off, so might as well get this party going. I'll be right back. Everyone stay hydrated. Okay. On to the Everdoor. Yeah, Astrid's leaving. Bruce and Mac are leaving, which surprised me because I don't feel like we spent that much time with Bruce and Mac. And Atul already left, which is weird to me because he left us a Spiritfarer, like he already departed, but he didn't go to the Everdoor. Or rather, we didn't take him to the Everdoor. I don't know, it's weird. So... Oh, we sail so fast right now. And we have the upgrade ability to get even faster, so... What do you think of Atul leave without saying goodbye? Did he actually leave without saying goodbye? Like, is that it? Did he literally just leave? Like, that's it? Man, I thought that was literally just part of a quest step like everyone else, but man, this game once again keeps surprising with different types of people. He just left. Man. I don't know, let's see. Alright, who's first? Is that you, Astrid? I guess we'll do Astrid first, then we'll come back. And yeah, if that's the case, then damn, that is just like real life where some, like, and I was just talking about how he's like feeling bad about being a bad dad to his family, and then once he gets like the dinner going and try to, like, you know, be happy and helpful, he just leaves on his own, once again just being, I don't want to say selfish, but self-motivated in that shit decision where he just leaves without saying anything, and that's okay. I mean, it's not okay. It doesn't make the other party feel okay. Man, that's... I can see how a lot of people are trying to grasp it and get an emotional reaction out of it because there are so many ways you could take that. It's like, wow, how depressing, or wow, that makes me mad, or wow, that's kind of lonely, or very, like, there's confusion. And in that confusion, you can have so many emotions, so... Man, Atul, you're leaving us in a very complex state, that's for sure. Even, right now, I'm just in disbelief. I'm like, wait, did he actually just leave, like, forever? Nothing? Anyway, it's Astrid time. We hung out with Astrid a lot. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Life is suffering. Tabbits, I would agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
That's a bit excessive. I don't think the world's cursed, but you know, whatever. To me, once you lose your reason for living, that's when you start dying. The moment you stop learning and stop living is when you start dying. And for some people, that's not when they get old. For some people, that's like in their 20s where they just give up on life and decide to just coast through until they just die and they're already 1 foot in the grave. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
What made Astrid's journey so interesting to me is how we encounter her versus how she relates to other people versus what she stands for, and then of course relating to her ex, and then going through that journey as well, where she's just consistently disappointed by the effort she makes and the people she cares the most about. And yet at the same time, she's not necessarily broken or stronger because of it. She just kind of takes it in stride.
Mm-hmm.
Because, hey, sometimes shit happens. What are you gonna do? You gonna stand there and bitch about it? Are you gonna learn from it? You gonna grow from it? You're gonna regret it? Or are you gonna, like, there are so many ways to take it. Just a single event like that. And again, are you the type of person to fixate your life around a single event, a single life-defining event? What is this, Solo, a Star Wars movie? Come on, get over yourself. But even my attitude and reaction to that is just one of many possible reactions to that. And it's not about being right or wrong. It's just about choices and consequences.
Mm-hmm.
It's so interesting that as our ship grows and grows, we have more and more empty houses as our journey goes on. I wonder what Karen was trying to say at the beginning about that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So many of these are life lessons, for real. And if you're the type of person where, like, I've never had anything happen to me, just keep on living. Just keep on living. It's all about the experience.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Interesting that she's talking about losing sight of things, and she is literally losing sight.
Mm-hmm.
Huh, still selfish to the end.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay too.
Mm. Mm.
Hmm. Huh. It's kind of a weird looking constellation, but alright. I like how it accents the little flower that was on her head. Goodbye, Astrid. You won't be easily forgotten, that's for sure. Alright, old man, you ready to go? I like how his pride is always there. This boat's getting awfully empty. Now we got a dog, a basilisk, I guess, and a bird. You know, I didn't plan this life for me and my brother. They used to call me the talker. I could talk your ear off, I would never shut up. However, right now, I don't want to talk. I should just be like my brother and take a moment, pause, and listen. Yeah, and think for a change. Fat chance. At my age, nothing is possible. Nobody changes. Anybody that tells you otherwise is lying, or trying to sell you something. The only thing I'd rather be true, or rather be is true to myself. That might make me an asshole in the end. That might make me a loyal brother to this man here. None of this shit matters. None of it. Vernon.tv, this is Spiritfarer. A wonderful indie game that if you want to is also available on Game Pass. And it is so far, this game came out in 2020. This is so far, I am not exaggerating. Its gameplay is simple. Its art style is nice. Its attention to detail is very good. But what makes it so strong to be on so many nominated Game of the Year lists is this is, I dare say, the best dialogue in any game I've seen in 2020. And I'm talking specifically about dialogue and the real life relevance of what they are saying. This game is so real. It's crazy. Do you know why we're here? It's because I have a small imagination. I can't see beyond my back streets, my town, my friends, my family. More importantly, I can't see a life beyond my brother. If he goes, I go. Funny thing is, he went a long time ago. I just didn't want to admit it to myself. I was holding on to something from the past. My reputation, my house, my car, whatever it was. It was nice while it lasted. It just doesn't change anything. Any way you slice it, we're still Maria's kids from South Broad. Nothing's ever gonna change that. Not even in the end. Man, we just talked about this. I pegged him right. I thought that Bruce and Mac... Or I keep calling Bruce and Mac. It's Bruce and Mickey. I don't think I got their name right once this entire time. But Bruce and Mickey... I don't know, they seem like a Mac to me. I 100% understand where they're coming from their life sentiment. Where you see that a lot with people who have built up a lot for themselves. People who have stayed very small would never understand. But if you've built up a lot for yourself, you look back and you realize everything you fought for, none of it matters in the end. And all the nice things that you think you cared about, none of it matters in the end. Does that mean that you should be nihilistic about it, that there's no point to it? No, because it's about the journey. And you should enjoy it for what you've got. But just realize that at the end of it, you're still just this one small speck in the larger, greater perspective. And once you're gone and people are done cheering your name, in about 2 weeks, you're forgotten and nothing else matters. Life will move on without you. Doesn't matter what you think, what you feel, what you think you stand for, about the greater purpose you think you want to make in the world, you're still a small speck. Doesn't matter how big of a person you are, you still bleed, you're still going to die in the end. Doesn't matter how much wealth, power, influence you thought you accumulated in life. Doesn't matter. Everybody's the great equalizer here. And sometimes it's hard to let that go. It's rough to try to hold on because, once again, like the old saying goes, you just can't take it with you. Not gonna lie, Bruce and Mickey is how I want to be when I grow old and die. Just salty to the end, but still attached to life, but going grumbling the entire way. And yeah, Bruce, I think the symbolism there is that he's constantly carrying around the burden that is his memory of his brother that's already moved on in life. That's why he's this big silent ox. There's so many takeaways you can talk about the characters and the relations and the conversations and the symbolism and the themes, and man, this game is just so well written. Damn, it's well written. Nice. There you go. I was about to say, you can't just have one without the other. Of course they would have the biggest constellation. Why would they settle for less? Oh man, I feel so... Oh, and now we're gonna get the Stella part. I wondered how often this was. I guess it's every 2. So this is Stella's life, as the pieces are literally coming together. Don't mind my squeaky chair. I was trying to lean in and get a closer look at what I was looking at. Like, what exactly is... What are they holding? Because, yeah, like, Stella's holding something, and I can't see what it is too clearly. Could be clothes? I'm not sure. Oh, it's a Spiritfarer. Oh, I guess... Is that Stella who's dying right there? Interesting. Huh. Who's the cat then? Who's Daffodil? Why did you choose this life, Stella? Why did you spend it ushering others through their final moments? Was your vocation an affectionate duty born of compassion? Or a display of selfishness, of everlasting uncertainty? Did you do it for them? Or for yourself? To know me and grow accustomed to my presence? To conquer me? Am I less daunting to you now? Or am I still a ghastly shadow? A deafening absence. Remember, when your body failed, you knew. You've seen it 1,000 times. You knew I would come. You fought valiantly, yet suffered all the same. I was deep within your heart, as I'd always been. In your final moments, you accept my call, embraced by the love of your sister. Embraced by the love of your mother. That explains those two. You slowly draw your last breath, and here we are. You know this is the end. Breathe. 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 This is the end. Return to the Everdoor. I'll be there, waiting. Goodbye, Stella. Farewell. Wait, so I have a choice of ending the game now? Well, obviously I'm not going to end the game before I'm done. Oh boy. Well, I'm not going to end it until I help these other people here. I got 3 other folks here. Oh geez, Stella and Daffodil. I haven't resolved everybody's thing just yet. Alright, well, that's it for the last... That's 3 passengers gone and 3 passengers left, plus ourselves. I don't know if next session we'll be Spiritfaring ourselves, but we may want to be prepared for the finale of this, so... I don't know, I might just start early on Saturday, just to see if we can get through these quests, because we just started Elena, we barely did any of her quests. I don't know how long it's going to take. And I think once we get all the D&D members for Buck, he might be passing on too. And then of course we got Gustav, we got to fill out his museum, which apparently is asking for an upgrade that I can't make yet. Because it's not, I don't see it. There are still more passengers? Really? Like who? I haven't seen any of those spirits out there. If there is, then that's very good deception, because according to this I have all the houses done. But yeah, we'll see. I wonder if you were to choose to do Stella right now, if Stella would actually pass on and you actually get another person to play as. Or perhaps you think you're passing on and maybe you actually get rejected because you haven't actually fully fulfilled any sort of sense of peace yet. Like, has Stella grown? Has Stella actually grown in this game? I wonder. You still need to return to the guy in the park, and there aren't any more passengers currently that will be added later. Ah, okay. Oh, for Gustav, you need to upgrade your workbench. Thank you. That explains why. I thought I had all the upgrades for the workbench, but I guess I don't. Let's visit... Oh, look, he's right there. Let's go visit Albert really quickly. That was convenient. We'll just visit Albert really quickly, and then we'll call it a night. Alright, so we need to get a strawberry from somewhere. We need to go to South Point Docks. Oh, we need 2 Electum sheets. Real fast. Oh, I wonder with my upgrade if I make 1, if it gives me 2. I hope that's the case. I know you mentioned that they were talking about adding more spirits later, but I hope that doesn't artificially extend the game. Like, if Stella just leaves and that's it, if that's the end of the game, roll credits, I would be okay with that. guess the electum sheet just likes light strikes and not heavy strikes. Okay, really? Okay, let's say that. Good lord. Damn, is it really just one? Come on, what's the point of upgrading this place? Maybe it takes less time to make one? I don't know. Jax, once you get the final Hades, I will see and you can finish the game whenever you please. That's what I figured. It really seems to be winding up that way. However, don't say anything more than that because it would have been cool if there was like a just one more thing mystery. Like you think this is the end, but here you go. I'm okay with being surprised like that. The good news about being a cynic like I am is that even when somebody tells me, no, it's going to be the end, it's going to be the end, I still think, what if there is just one more thing? What if there is just one more thing? Wouldn't that be interesting? To have one more thing. Hey Starshine, thanks for dropping in, even though we're about to finish up here. I'm literally just going to upgrade my bench and then call it a night. I am very glad that I played this game, by the way. I feel bad that I put it off a couple times, especially to play stuff like The Last Guardian. But, yeah. Very glad I played this game. Okay, let's talk to Albert. I wonder if Albert ever joins our crew. Or if one of the Theodores ever join our crew. And we still have that ability that we haven't found yet to create light. We have a bunch of obols and nothing to spend it on. I know a great place to eat. It's called the desert. It's famous for its sand, which I'm sure you'll like. Haha, actually that's a good one. That's actually a good one. Alright, blueprints. Yeah, like I have the master blueprint. Did I miss something? Because we have the maximum... Did we not build everything? I don't see a workbench here to build. I got all the houses. You just need to talk to the guy in the park to get Gustav's work thingy. Okay, so once we return back, then we can build the desk and then improve it. Got it, got it, got it, got it. And then we gotta go find the last guy in Bottom by Core. Okay, so we're gonna be focusing hardcore on these last three guests, and after that we finish things up ourselves. So, create light is fairly simple to get. You just have to kill a specific crystal golem, exit the game, reload it, and you find a summon sign. Haha, that's a good one. Alright, so, man, the departures today. I feel like we could talk about this just conversationally for a while, but we already had a couple rants today, so you guys got your rant fill. Alright, so until then, let's see what else do we want to do. Let's just go to bottom line real fast. Oops, bottom line. Oh, there's South Point. Oh, that's right. We have the zipline ability. We should go back there. I wonder how fast our 80% faster boat is. But until then, yeah, this game continues to impress. This game continues to exceed expectations by defying the expectations and defying it in a way that is interesting and thought-provoking and not just spiritual but emotional as well. So it's not an Oni stream without a rant. You got it. You guys know it. Here's what we need to do, actually, because I was thinking about this too. Everyone in here in chat, but especially anybody who is either a YouTube Victor or Patron Champion, if you could all do me a solid. I am not very creative. I'm asking for help. I feel like Bernie Sanders. I'm once again asking for your help. No. In this case, I don't know the first thing about finding really cool like emojis and stuff like that. So if you guys have any sort of ideas that you feel like this would be a really cool emoji for either YouTube, so that guys can use it, or in the Discord itself, please go to the Discord and go to the feedback page and just post a little pic. I would appreciate it if it was something that was relevant to like the theme and the nature of either the streams or the reviews or the recaps or me, what limited that there is. Any of that's fine, but man, this is a call to action that I was like, man, I feel like it would be cool if you guys had like more of those things. I don't have any talent for it, and I don't think I have enough of a self-identity to really demand it either, so I'm throwing it out there. I'll probably throw it up on Discord and Patreon too, like, hey, open invite, because in Discord you have like 50 emoji slots, and I'm like, I only put like 5 up there. Like, there's 45 other things we can play around with. And I'm like, I feel like we have the opportunity to do more stuff, so yeah. Squeaky chair, yeah, squeaky chair is one thing. I almost want to say stay hydrated is another thing. But yeah, me ranting, I don't know how anybody could capture that, but I'm not as creative as many of you, and I certainly don't have the talent to succeed in that same aspect, so if you could help me out, I would appreciate it. Consider this an open forum to if you want to submit an emoji of your own. Like I said, just go to the Discord. I'm hanging and lurking out there anytime, so if you ever want to hear other rants, I will occasionally just jump in and rant about something. But, you know, it has to be natural. It's not a faucet. You can't just turn it on and expect it. Thank you so much. Saturday might be the finale. A smug Oni? Oh, dude, yeah. If somebody can get smug Oni, I am 100% okay with being very smug. Especially since you know I'm always doing so with my finger pointed up in the air with that very actually kind of thing. I'm one of those actually people that if it pisses you off when they bludgeon you with facts and corrections, I admit I'm one of those people. Actually. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Saturday, I'm going to start a little early. I know I always say I start at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, then I forgot about time zones existing, and it's actually 2 p.m. I might start at 1 p.m. properly. And we are going to see about completing this game on Saturday, finishing up this journey once and for all. If it's the final episode and it goes a little long, we'll see, but hamburger time. That's the finale, hamburger time. You ready for Monster Hunter Rise on Friday? As soon as my collector's edition comes in the mail, you effing know it. That's why I'm hurrying to get my videos out, as like the next couple recaps and side videos out, because I know my productivity is going to die once Monster Hunter Rise comes out. Anyway, for real, ending things. Thank you so much for everyone for watching. I appreciate you, Keith. Thank you so much for your kindness and the tip. Thank you. Thank you all the questions and discussions that happened today. I appreciate all of you. And yeah, we'll set up a clan for Monster Hunter at some point. And I'll see you on the next battlefield. See you Saturday.